What's up, guys? This is James, back with MMA Freaks TV on YouTube, and we're coming back and we're hitting you with that UFC 130 prediction video. We got the same crew as usual, plus we have our fighter prediction at the end of the video. And we have something new. I'm not sure if we're going to do it every time. We're testing it out. We would love to do it every single video, and that's a shout out to you fans and supporters of MMA Freaks and MMA in general. If you want your voice heard, you want your prediction heard, let us know. Send us the video. Send us the video. At the end, on the comments below, you can send responses. Send us a response for the next prediction video, which is going to be UFC 131. So please, like I said, please get on there. Don't be shy. Send us a video, and we'll put it. We'll edit it into our own prediction video, and you'll see yourself on our prediction video. So anyway, with that being said, we're talking about UFC 130, so let's do it. As we all know, Frankie Edgar and Gray Maynard was supposed to fight for the title. Frankie Edgar's title is 155-pound title. He's had title 3 times. It's kind of crazy. Fortunately, these guys got injured, so we're not going to see the third fight right now, at least until these guys, recuperate and get back to training. So we wish them a speedy recovery. We definitely do, and hopefully we'll see this throwdown soon. So now, what this does, this allows the co-main event to get kicked up to the main event. So of course now we're going to see Rampage versus Hamill. That's going to be the main event. So these guys are going to be doing their thing and trying to do everything they can to knock each other out. It's going to be a great fight. The next fight on the card, which is now the co-main event, is the fight of the Las Vegas Jiu-Jitsu Juggernauts, which is Frank Mir versus Roy Big Country Nelson. These guys have met before, and Roy Nelson came out on top in the Jiu-Jitsu department. Of course, it wasn't an MMA fight, but this time it is, so maybe things will be different. The next fight is Stefan Skyscraper Struve. Excuse me. He's just coming off that incredible win against Sean McCorkle, and he's hoping to probably do the same thing against Travis Brown. So we shall see, but Travis Brown's a banger, so it's going to be a great fight. The next fight that I'm talking about here is Brian Stann, who was rumored to fight Vanderlei Silva. Of course, everyone knows Silva's going to fight Chris Lieben now. Instead, he's going to fight Jorge Santiago, Sengoku middleweight champion, coming back to the UFC for a sophomore try, and definitely destined to be an incredible fight, a barn burner for sure. Well, the last fight, which is technically the first televised fight on the main card, which all the fights are televised on the main card, I don't know why I said that, Thiago Alves versus Rick Story. This is going to be an incredible fight. These guys got kicked up from the prelims, and I know they're going to show everyone that they can shine. They're going to put on a great show for us, so hope you enjoy it. Without further ado, Jake, what's your prediction for UFC 130, bro?
Hey guys, what's going on? It's Jake from MMA Freaks. I'm here to give you my UFC 130 predictions. I'm not in the best setting right now, and I don't look the greatest for this video, but you guys are just here for the predictions and not what I look like. So, with that said, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys the first fight, which is the main event. Obviously, it's not Maynard and Edgar anymore. It's Matt Hamill and Rampage. That fight, I like Rampage, but I've always liked Matt Hamill, so I'm going to go with Matt Hamill on that because I think he's got a bit more of a skill set that might be able to defeat Rampage. But you never know. 2 other fights I'm going to talk about. The first one being the Stefan Struve versus Travis Brown. A lot of people aren't talking about this fight, and I think it's going to be a big barn burner. These guys are both sluggers. They're both going to go at it. And but I think Stefan Struve is going to come out on top and put a beating on Travis Brown. Last fight I'm going to talk about is the Jorge Santiago and Brian Stann fight. Jorge Santiago obviously coming from Sengoku, middleweight champion over there. I don't think he fights very many high caliber fighters as they go in the UFC, and Brian Stann has fought some really high class guys. So Jorge Santiago didn't make it in the UFC before, and I mean, he might be able to pull some wins off, but I just don't think he's going to get this one against Brian Stann. I think Brian Stann's going to overwhelm him and possibly KO him with the power he has, because Brian Stan's a big dude and he carries the power of natural light heavyweight. So those are my fight predictions. I hope you guys enjoy the fights, and see you next time for UFC 131. Peace.
Hi everyone, this is Hilda with MMA Freaks, giving you guys my prediction for UFC 130, Rampage versus Matt Hamill. So, I would love to see Matt Hamill take this fight and win, but on the other hand, I honestly don't think I honestly think Rampage is going to win this fight. Rampage is more aggressive. Based on other fights that I've seen him fight before, he's, he has so much energy, very good with his strike techniques. He's fast. And like I said, once again, he's very aggressive. Matt Hamill's a great fighter. I just, I believe he's more of a ground fighter, more of a wrestler. If he could take Rampage down, he might have a chance, but I see this fight going, 1 or 2 rounds. I see Rampage coming in and just like beating him down, knocking him out. Possibly. I mean, I would hate to see that, but I think it's gonna happen. I'm excited about the fight, and my predictions are Rampage is gonna win, but I would love to see Matt Hamill take it. But like I said, I don't think he can take Rampage, but we'll see.
Hey guys, this is Ron from MMA Freaks. 130 is about 14 days away. Something in my mouth. Okay. But anyways, 2 fights that interest me. Of course, the main event. Now, Hamill and Rampage have been pushed to the main event. So, always been a big fan of Rampage. Love his wrestling skills. Raw power. Kind of on the fence, like Hamill too. So I think it's going to be a good fight. Another fight that interests me is Frank Mir and Roy Nelson. Even though Roy Nelson outweighs him by like 20 pounds and looks like he just came from eating a box of donuts. But Frank Mir is always running his mouth. So I think Roy might be able to bring him down to earth. Going to be a good fight though. Alright guys. Enjoy the fights. Ron from MMA Freaks. Peace.
Alright guys, well, there you go. There's the Freaks with their predictions. Yeah, Jake, Hilda, and Ron letting you guys know what's going on for UFC 130 and what they think is going to be the outcome. So, myself, I'm going to go for Hamill in the main event. Real quick, Hamill, I'm going to go for Roy Nelson, Struve, Brian Stan, and Rick Story. I always like the underdogs. I don't know what it is, not that Brian Stan's the underdog, but Rick Story, I believe, is in the fight, And MMA Freaks, man, we're underdogs, and we're going to come out swinging. So, just roll with it. You know what I mean? So, anyway, we're going to go on with our guest fighter prediction. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And after that, we're going to wrap up with our fan/supporter prediction. Because if it wasn't for you guys, the fans out there, supporting us, we wouldn't be, taking these steps that we've been taking lately. So, I really appreciate it. Love you guys. Love MMA. Support local MMA. And we'll be back for UFC 131 prediction video. Peace.
Hi guys, this is Tim Crater, and I'm doing a breakdown of UFC 130. Just a couple of the fights that I wanted to highlight for MMAFreaks.com. First, fight that I care about, Brian Stan versus Jorge Santiago. Man, a lot of fans that maybe don't know a lot about Jorge Santiago maybe overlooking this fight, but this fight's going to be a barn burner. Jorge Santiago had one of the best fights I've ever seen in my whole life with Sasaki last year, and he's been out in Japan fighting in a bunch of different organizations. You know, guy was out at fought for Bodog for a while, fought some really tough guys, and everybody knows about Brian Stann. You know, I don't know which way exactly the fight's gonna go, but I think either Brian Stann's gonna win by decision or Santiago's gonna finish it. Something spectacular, knockout or a crazy submission. You know, Stan trains with Jackson's, and those guys at Jackson's are really good at not getting finished and good at dictating the pace of the fight, so that if the fight does go to decision, they win those decisions. So I can see Stan dictating the pace of the fight and winning a decision unless Jorge pressures and finds a way to finish. I'm going with Jorge Santiago, 3rd round knockout. Next one, the battle for Vegas's heavyweight submission grandmaster, Frank Mir versus Roy Nelson. It's a crazy fight. These guys have been grudgingly not friends in the Vegas scene of MMA for the last 8 years. Frank Mir was there first, Roy Nelson came up later. This is just going to be a barn burner, unbelievable fight. The fact that it's in Vegas is more ridiculous, but man, I think Roy Nelson's going to shock Frank Mir. I don't think he's going to sub him, and I don't think he's going to knock him out, but I do think he's going to be able to take him down, and I do think he's going to control him a little bit on the ground. So I'm going with Roy Nelson by decision. Rampage versus Matt Hamill. Matt Hamill has shown amazing growth over the past couple years. Another thing about Matt Hamill is he's so inspirational for the sport. You know, a guy with the handicaps that he has, being able to compete at the upper echelons of this sport, not only compete but be successful, is just unbelievable. But I think he's bitten off too much this time. Rampage is extremely difficult to take down, very athletic, and never quits. One thing about Rampage is if you don't have real good defense from boxing, he will knock your teeth directly down your throat. I think Hamill's going to get knocked out. Late 2nd round, 3rd round of this fight. Last but not least, Gray Maynard, Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar never fails to impress us. What he did to BJ Penn was never done by anyone before. The first fight with Gray Maynard was amazing, and nobody's really done that to Gray either, other than Frankie Edgar. But I think this time Gray Maynard saw some holes in Frankie's game, and he's going to exploit them. Gray's a little bit bigger, a little bit stronger, and if he keeps his jab in Edgar's face and follows with big crosses, I think he's going to knock Frankie Edgar out in the 3rd round. I'm going with Gray Maynard, new 155-pound champion by KO. That's Tim Crater's UFC 130 fight card picks. MMAFreaks.com. Thanks.
And we like to do some predictions for MMA Freaks. Let's do one fight this time. Rampage versus Matt Hamill. Who do you got, Morgan Lee?
Rampage.
Rampage? How's he gonna win?
By knockout.
Knockout? What round?
2nd.
2nd round. There you got it. Rampage Jackson. Knockout 2nd round. You heard it here. My daughter, Morgan, TJ Kosher, coming to you live. UFC 130.
No, it's not